Hardy Daily Trading Recap. Let's get after it. Short and quick here today on this Monday, the 2nd of May, 2022. Still have yet to come out with the monthly recap for this month of April. Previously, to go over some fine-tuning there and more broad spectrum ideas that I want to continue to tackle here in this month going forward as we start to dive in more to the summer months. To Christ be the glory in all of it. Go over market dollar volume internals on the day. First, as of hour and 2 minutes after the close here, NASDAQ $291 billion volume, NYSE $436 billion volume, OTCs $1.7 billion volume on the day. Really just stuck to my guns with the future strategy once again. I missed getting filled on the session-wide strategy that's been cut way down, especially since we are, the profit target for that has been cut way down since we are, in my opinion, potentially looking at harder bear market or more bias to the downside in the near-term future here for price action overall on the intraday spectrum for SPY. So sizing that profit target down, but would have worked there. Missed getting filled on that, so kind of just cheated my way or bypassed my way and attached the profit that would have been on that to the 930 strategy here. That worked out well within that first minute candle right at market open there. I did screw myself over a little bit. Played this little manipulative game of found a nice little within this first in the fourth minute there. I love to play those one little MES contract type of swing intraday trades of looking for a harder trend day one way or just trying to find a nice little risk reward area, and kind of found myself like, it's a little bit too soon, it's a little bit early, but sure enough, something was convicting me. Hey, I think we're right at the lows here. It could be a harder trending run day. This could be all that we're offered for opportunity to get in. So took a little stab there on MES, and if it wasn't going to work right away, as we're breaking this low, as I'm getting in on that one MES contract short, if it wasn't going to work right away, then I was definitely going to be out very quick, and sure enough, it worked beautifully beyond a little 20 points there, but I did not sell, and of course it comes all the way back and just breaks my stop where I had it right at break even. So I don't want to be these trades to be anything more than break even. I want to have it exactly work from the moment I get in, or else I don't want to be a part of it. And something learning from this day today, I definitely was wanting to take profits around here, but I know that, okay, my profit target is like 100 points, 50 points, 75 points. I'm not just going to settle once again for these 20 points, even though that was a nice little P&L boost to take another $100 to add it to the day. Did not take it, of course, and I screw myself over and just still end up breaking even on that trade. So then little tiny attempts once again that I tried to go long, thinking where it's going to reverse here 2-3 times that I think I actually did step in once again and actually work my way down back to like losing $40 back down to 360 there. Yeah, it's a great lesson that I learned from the first time that I did that with full ES contract sizes, that, okay, we're not going to take ES contract sizes when we do that. And especially learning in today, okay, I learned very quickly that it wasn't after 10 trades. It was only after 2-3 trades that I was just like, okay, this is not a profitable strategy. I'm just kind of buying blankly at this point. I was very confident because of just other circumstances that were going on external to trading as well, and just how it worked out so easily within that first minute of that future strategy. Sometimes it's that ego boost that makes me feel more confident in pushing buttons, and that was something I had to reel myself in on today to just get away from the screens and stop pushing buttons there. So saved more than I really lost, potentially could have lost if I just continued to try to get that money back, get that P&L back. It's not about today. It is just about the overall process of who I am as a trader and what tomorrow brings, and just continuing to trade the trade, not the P&L on the day. I did take another little stab. The only other thing I did in the morning session was take a little stabber on NUTX. Again, this recent mover off of no real news and recent little IPO or just listing here with a very small history of data available. Had a crazy little move on that first day, and that 935 level has still been kind of my key. I mentioned it on Friday as well too, potentially looking at it as a short if it started to reclaim closer to that point, of using that line as a metric to determine, hey, potentially this could be the line of inflection from its where VWAP closed on that first day, and it's kind of our assumption for where the average short is, where the average long is. And had that little manipulative, sketchy game on the day following that. Of course, the rest day on that Thursday, and then Friday getting a little bit tricky with it as it started to cling right around there, and then have the up and down game of double tops around there, but then sure enough right back to reclaim to that 935 level once again. So seeing it where it was in pre-market today, not using that volume as any indication because there just was no volume whatsoever, but thinking, okay, price is still holding here. I'm willing to take a little $3, $4 loss of that 930 entry here right around this level to see if, I'd be willing to risk that $9 hold dollar level for it. Did show some amount of strength, at least on that previous day, of that psychological key level, maybe producing some inflection in that, but it sure enough did not. Just started tanking right out of the gate and found recovery soon after that point. Came back to VWAP and then sure enough came back to that 935 line and looked like it was showing some promising strength, but really nothing volatile or crazy coming after that I think I was potentially looking more for in regards to price action had I still been holding for some reason or got back in on a trade right around that, on that same thesis of that 935 line, of using that point of like, hey, I want it to work immediately from here. It's just tough of like, if I would still be holding that position as it still probably would have been, I would have been in the green on this trade for where I potentially would have been getting back in right around that same line and kind of trading range, price range. Yeah, just kind of weird price action, and of course with no real instrumental insiders of institutions and not that much crazy data. I think this is a little bit of a higher float as well. But yeah, it's just one of those tickers, just continuing to learn from it and manage risk appropriately, and that's especially what I did with size. I did not want to take big size in it when I was in pre-market and with not that much conviction on it, that I was not basing the trade off of something that was happening right now or looking at identifying those factors that it's, hey, it's going to happen right here, but it was just a guess of, you know, I think something's happening and this line has some amount of inflection and it could most definitely just have a sell-off from here, and I was ready and willing to accept that for the risk factored in before that trade was taken on that one. But that was really all I had. I did not do any hard scans as of right now for anything. Prepping for tomorrow, continuing to do this session-wide strategy to see if we can continue to find some success in that, some nice hit rate on that specific style of trade. But we will just continue to get after it day by day, one day at a time. And I'm sincerely thankful for every opportunity. And I thank you guys for watching. We will catch you guys on the next one.